Since entering Major League Baseball back in 2018, Shohei Ohtani has quickly risen to stardom because of his ability to both pitch and hit at an elite level. The two-way phenom is only 27 years old and will likely dominate the league for years to come. Ohtani, even at a young age, has already accumulated a significant amount of wealth from his yearly salaries and endorsements. Let's take a look into how much Ohtani's net worth is and what exactly makes up his wealth. A look into his MLB contracts. As of 2021, Ohtani has a total net worth of roughly $14 million. Although his income comes primarily from his contracts with the Los Angeles Angels, he also makes money from numerous sponsors from top brands. Ohtani joined Major League Baseball after signing with the Los Angeles Angels prior to the 2018 season. The contract he had for the 2018 season was worth $545,000, about normal for an international rookie deal. For the 2019 season, Ohtani earned $650,000, still similar to his initial season. Then in 2021, his salary increased to $3 million, and he is currently on track to make $5.5 million for the 2022 MLB season. While this is not a lot compared to contracts of the likes of Bryce Harper and Ohtani's teammate Mike Trout, it is simply because of Ohtani's service time. Shohei Ohtani has been in the MLB for 4 seasons, so it makes sense that he makes this amount right now. Don't be surprised when Ohtani signs a mega deal, upwards of $250 minus $300 million in a few seasons. What about Ohtani's endorsements? Over the years, Ohtani has accumulated multiple endorsements from both Japanese and American companies. As of 2021, he earns roughly $6 million from his endorsements in both countries. Some of the largest companies include Asics, Oakley, and Topps. Asics. Shohei Ohtani has been signed with Asics since he was in Japan, and they provide him with everything he wears on the baseball field. This includes his cleats, batting gloves, fielding glove, and even his bat. In the 2020 offseason, Ohtani and Asics worked together to make the first ever Asics bat. Oakley. Ohtani joined Oakley in the summer of 2020, and they provide him with sunglasses he wears on the baseball field. He also has his own exclusive line with Oakley, which includes frames with traditional Japanese patterns to honor Ohtani's heritage. Topps. Ohtani signed with Topps just before his rookie season in March of 2018. Topps featured an exclusive autographed memorabilia deal upon his signing, which gave fans the opportunity to own licensed Shohei Ohtani autographed merchandise. Since then, Topps has made multiple exclusive Ohtani baseball cards as well. He was named an American League All-Star as both a hitter and a pitcher. No one in the nearly 90-year history of Major League Baseball's All-Star game had been chosen as a two-way player. But the Los Angeles Angels' Shohei Ohtani has a way of making the superhuman appear routine. Those exploits are helping Ohtani stand out off the field as well. The 27-year-old now leads all baseball players with an endorsement portfolio worth at least $6 million annually, according to Forbes estimates, just 4 years after arriving in the United States from Japan. While his on-field salary isn't enough to land him a spot on Forbes' list of MLB's 10 highest-paid players yet, he's pulling in more marketing dollars than established stars like Philadelphia Phillies slugger Bryce Harper and Chicago Cubs veteran Kris Bryant. That's largely because the Japanese native is a proven hit on 2 continents, evidenced by his endorsement deals with Asics, JAL Airlines, and Seiko Watch in Japan and Fanatics, Oakley, and Topps in the US. Ohtani now has the chance to fill a crucial void for MLB, as the global icon baseball so desperately needs. The only question is whether he's willing to capitalize. Ohtani is not the first athlete to win big in both Japan and the US. In 2012, Seattle Mariners legend Akira Suzuki netted $7 million in endorsements to complement his $17 million playing salary. Heiki Matsuyama's Masters victory in April is expected to trigger a frenzy among sponsors that could double the golfer's annual off-course earnings to more than $20 million. Tennis phenom Naomi Osaka became the highest-paid female athlete ever in 2020, earning $37 million in just 1 year, $34 of which came from endorsements. She beat her own record a year later, earning a staggering $60 million over 12 months, with $55 million coming off the court. I believe Ohtani could make as much money as Akira or Matsuyama if he wants to, says Tomoya Suzuki, founder and president of the Japan-focused sports marketing firm Trans Insight Corporation. Only problem is he is not willing to do so, and he is very, very picky in terms of endorsements. I've heard he declined a lot of offers. Nez Bolillo, Ohtani's agent and the co-head of baseball at talent agency CAA, acknowledges that Ohtani is selective about the brands he affiliates himself with, telling Forbes, "It's not about the quantity of deals he does. It's more about making sure that he is not bogged down and distracted so he can do what is most important to him, which is play and be productive on the baseball field." A source tells Forbes that in addition to seeking out partnerships that don't eat up too much time, Ohtani has shown a sense of loyalty that has helped shape his portfolio. For instance, he opted to remain with the Six when he first came to the U.S., even though other equipment companies were willing to pay more. But while his popularity on both sides of the Pacific has attracted 11 corporate partners, his prodigious talent will take him only so far. A native of Oshu in northern Japan, Ohtani first wowed American scouts at age 18 after uncorking a 100-mile-per-hour fastball at the 2012 Kashian Tournament, the Japanese high school baseball event equivalent of March Madness. Later that year, he announced his intention to bypass Japanese baseball and start his professional career in the U.S. Had he made the move, he could have become one of only 3 Japanese players to have reached the majors without starting professionally at home. Instead, the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters drafted Ohtani in the first round of the 2012 Nippon Professional Baseball Draft and persuaded him to postpone his American baseball dreams by offering him the chance to pitch and hit regularly. In his early days with the club, Ohtani lived on $1,000 a month, the allowance his parents allotted after putting his checks in the bank. He played 5 seasons in Japan, netting 5 All-Star selections, an MVP award in 2016 and 2 nods as his conference's best pitcher in 2015 and 2016. By 2017, major league clubs were expressing renewed interest in Ohtani, who was still only 23. Had he waited until his 25th birthday to come west, with 6 years of pro experience, Ohtani could have been exempt from MLB's international signing rules, which cap the amount of money clubs can offer foreign prospects. Stars like Yu Darvish and Masahiro Tanaka scored massive paydays by waiting to leave Japan until after they had turned 25. The Boston Red Sox wanted Ohtani to wait, a source tells Forbes, and could have outspent the competition. But Ohtani was ready to move, and he joined the Angels in December 2017 for a $2.3 million signing bonus and a $545,000 league minimum salary. His desire to play in the MLB as early as possible never changed, and everybody, including the fans and the club, knows that. Trans Insight Suzuki says he wanted to play there very, very badly. From the moment Ohtani arrived, it's been clear that he belongs. In his first major league season, in 2018, he took home American League Rookie of the Year honors despite playing in roughly 2/3 of the Angels' games. This season, he's been a revelation on both sides of the ball, with a major league leading 32 home runs after another blast on Wednesday, and an elite figure of 11.69 strikeouts per 9 innings, which would have ranked 7th among MLB starting pitchers through Tuesday's games if he had pitched enough innings to qualify for the ERA title. The home run total puts him 1 ahead of Heike Matsui for the most in a season by an Asian-born player, and he still has nearly half the season left to widen the gap. As a result, the endorsement opportunities are piling up. Ohtani is MLB's highest off-the-field earner, is that baseball players don't make nearly as much as other sports stars do in endorsements. His competition for the top spot is not nearly as fierce as it would be in, say, the NBA, whose superstar LeBron James pulled in an astounding $65 million off the court over 12 months on Forbes' 2021 list of the world's highest-paid athletes. In fact, no MLB player has earned more than $9 million in a single year off the field in at least the last decade. What's next is up to him. The endorsement opportunities seem endless, but Ohtani has to continue to perform and stay healthy. He didn't pitch in 2019 after having Tommy John surgery to repair a torn ligament in his throwing elbow. Leading the Angels to their first playoff appearance since 2014 wouldn't hurt either. Assuming things go his way, Ohtani's on-field earnings could skyrocket from $3 million in 2021 to more than $30 million annually when he reaches free agency after the 2023 season, in line with the contracts Francisco Lindor, Jarrett Cole, and Mookie Betts recently signed. In the next 2-3 seasons, Ohtani will likely sign a max contract of at least $250 million. He will also likely start investing in companies as a result of added wealth from a max contract. Shohei Ohtani is young. He has already earned a decent amount of money from playing and already has sponsorship deals from major companies, so the sky is the limit.